Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN, which is the only VPN to obtain a perfect score from PC Mac, and is also what I use myself on a daily basis. For a limited time, you can get a huge 75% discount by going to nordvpn.com/Censored Gaming or by checking out the link in the description. NordVPN keeps all of your internet data secure and will also allow you to surf the web as if you are located in different countries. This means that you can bypass any filters or regional restrictions, as well as ensure your data is always kept safe when browsing or using things like public Wi-Fi. NordVPN is also available for mobile, and your account comes with up to 6 simultaneous connections at once. Again, for a limited time, you can get all of this for only $2.99 a month. That's a huge 75% discount, plus you even get 1 month for free. Just check out the link in the description or go to nordvpn.com/Censored Gaming and use the code Censored Gaming at checkout to get started today. Ever since its creation in 1999, SpongeBob has remained one of the most popular cartoons in the Western world. However, the show's success has also managed to expand into most other regions around the world, with there being dubbed and localized versions of the show in dozens of different countries and regions. One region where the show has maintained a fair amount of success is Japan, with there being a fully localized version of the show ever since 2002, which continues on to this very day all the way up until the present series, season 11. One interesting thing to point out is that the Japanese version of both the show as well as its titular character is just called SpongeBob rather than SpongeBob SquarePants, and that this is said in English even in the Japanese version. You can still occasionally find some references to square-shaped pants in the Japanese version though. For instance, you may recall the show's opening intro song.
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he!
The intro song was translated into Japanese, but for the SquarePants part, the phrase "pants are square" was used instead and said in Japanese. SpongeBob is aired every week in Japan and across various TV channels. For example, you can catch the show every day Monday to Friday at 8 AM on the channel TV Asaka. At 5 PM you can watch the show every day Monday to Friday on Tokyo MX2, and then every Saturday the show is aired on NHK Educational TV at 6 PM. The Japanese version used to air on Nickelodeon's Japanese broadcasting station, but the station would eventually be shut down on September 30th, 2009 due to declining viewers. In 2018 though, Nickelodeon returned to Japan in subscription form and with SpongeBob as one of its main shows. Alongside this, the show is also available in Japan on streaming services such as the Japanese version of Hulu. The translation of the Japanese version of the show is normally kept very faithful to the English original. Most characters' names and terms are also kept the same as in English, however sometimes they will be translated into the Japanese equivalent. For example, the character Squidward, whose name is a combination of Squid and Edward, goes by the name Ikarudo in Japan, with Ika meaning squid and Rudo being the last part of the Japanese spelling of Edward. Mr. Crab is also instead known as Kani-san, with Kani meaning crab in Japanese and san being a suffix added to the end of names in Japan to indicate politeness and respect, i.e. similar to our use of the word Mr. at the start of names. One big difference that the show has though is to the gender of some of the characters' voice actors. Various characters in the show have much higher pitched voices, and this is due to them being played by female actors rather than male ones. An example of this can be seen with Mr. Krabs' business rival Plankton. As well as SpongeBob's best friend Patrick. More recently, however, Patrick has now had his voice actor changed to a male one, meaning he has a much deeper voice. And in case you were wondering how SpongeBob sounds in Japanese, here it is. As mentioned, the show is pretty popular in Japan. In fact, in a 2016 survey, thousands of Japanese anime fans were asked what their favourite foreign animation was, and SpongeBob was one of the top 5, coming in 4th place. There also exists a lot of merchandise and other show related things for fans to buy over in Japan, and various video games have also been localized and released in the Japanese market, including SpongeBob's Atlantis SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants Creature from the Krusty Krab, Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, as well as Nicktoons Attack of the Toy toy bars. In fact, the latter two games were interestingly renamed in Japan to SpongeBob and Friends, despite the games involving a wide range of Nicktoons characters. Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island's box art was also changed so that SpongeBob is now the only character shown on the cover. To finish, there's one aspect of the show's Japanese broadcast that's pretty well known in the Western internet community, and that's of a particular Japanese commercial that the show had for a McDonald's Happy Meal promotion. Here, kids were seen receiving the SpongeBob toys and reacting unusually enthusiastically, even for commercial standards. This video has become a bit of a meme in the Western world, going on to receive millions of views and shares, and so in case you haven't seen it, here it is, and until next time, thank you for watching.
SpongeBob 金曜から土日はこれも
And thank you again to NordVPN. Not only do they support the channel, but by using NordVPN, we access many of the shows we talked about today via servers in Japan. Check them out at nordvpn.com/Censored Gaming.
魚がちょっと怖いけどやめろ